Hey, folks, and welcome back to Glenn and Adrian's Rock Talk. That's Adrian.
And there's Glenn.
All right. And we're here today to talk about Country Joe, specifically Woodstock. We've recently done a whole bunch of Monterey videos, and now it feels like a good time to start looking at Woodstock, since it was happening right about this time in 1969. And of course, there were loads of artists. We thought we'd start with one that we hadn't actually covered in Monterey, and we may actually go back at some point. First up is Country Joe, just Joe McDonald himself. We're going to talk a little bit about him and how he came to be known as a solo artist after the Woodstock Festival. We've got this interview of him from late 2017.
I came to the Woodstock Festival early because I enjoyed those things, and I was not really getting along with the band. And I just went out to watch things. I was just hanging around and listening to the music. I saw a lot of the music on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And on Saturday, the Santana band had trouble getting to the stage, so they asked me if I would entertain the crowd for a few minutes as a solo artist. And I hadn't done solo in a couple years, so I said that I didn't have a guitar, and they said, well, okay. And they got a guitar, this Yamaha FG150. It's a cheap, good guitar. And then I said, well, I didn't have a guitar strap, so they tied a piece of rope onto it, and then they kind of pushed me out there to be like a jukebox, really, for this crowd.
Kind of like Richie Havens.
I had no idea what to do because I hadn't played without the band for a long time, and so I just sang some songs, an eclectic mix of a few songs. Nobody paid any attention to me at all. So I walked off the stage, and I asked my partner there, who was working on the staff, if it would be okay if I sang Fixing to Die Rag, because I was saving it for the band set later on. And he said, nobody's paying any attention to you, so what difference does it make what you do? And I thought, okay. And I went out there and I did the fuck cheer. I yelled out, give me an F, and the audience looked at me and yelled back F, much to my surprise. And then I spelled fuck, and then I asked them what's that spelled, and they all yelled fuck. And then I sang the song, and they seemed to know the lyrics. And they seemed to get kind of excited about it.
That's kind of interesting because I'd always thought that it was kind of a hit song, but apparently not.
Commercially, probably not, but I mean, a lot of people like that song, I'm pretty sure.
Well, yeah, apparently. Yeah, it's really surprising. It sounds like most people heard about it through the Woodstock movie, but it must have been something of a hit. He said that he recorded it in the in the jug band time period, which was before they became a rock band. So anyway, pretty interesting.
Then I started standing up, and so I felt pretty good because, like I said before, what I was doing, they had paid no attention to or had any interest in. And then I left the stage, and then the MC said that was Country Joe McDonald. And that was really the first time I had been identified as a solo performer as Country Joe McDonald. I didn't pay any attention to cameras or anything when I was doing that. A vague memory of somebody filming me, I don't know. I wasn't thinking about it. But a couple months later, Michael Wadley asked me to come to Los Angeles to see something, and I didn't know what he was. I had no idea what he was going to show me. So we sat down, just the two of us and a projectionist, in a viewing room in Los Angeles, and he showed me that part of me in the Woodstock film. I couldn't believe it. It was unbelievable, really. And he said, how do you like it? And I said, well, it's great. I guess I said great. I don't know. I was really surprised. And then one thing led to another, and the movie came out, and the band broke up, and I got work as Country Joe McDonald. and labeled because of that identity in the film. Well, for my whole life, really. I think Michael Wadley was very courageous to put me in there, and he wanted to make a social political statement with that film, aside from just the gathering of these new kinds of people. And so putting that, and the song is really different because it doesn't blame soldiers for war. It's a completely different kind of protest song. And with the fuck cheer in front of it, which is the most taboo word in the American English language, it really just kicked the door down. I could only do it because I was a military veteran and I was a red diaper baby, a product of, I didn't really like communism, I didn't really like the military, and I had a bad attitude, but it's a fun song, and it points the finger at political leaders and the military and parents. I watched the film with Michael Wadley, and I watched those people in the audience, because he had a lot of, and she told me she had to cut to the audience in a lot of spaces because she couldn't sync up my mouth with the audio. I saw the fucking hell. These people were singing the song. I couldn't believe it. I really could not believe it. It was fucking amazing. And I personally think that it was a revolutionary moment, a cultural moment for Anglo-Saxon, English-speaking Western world.
300,000 people saying the word fuck over and over again.
Well, let's watch it.
It's a pivotal moment in free speech.
Give me an F. Give me a U. Give me a C. Give me a K. What's that spell? 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 Well, come on, all of you big strong men. Uncle Sam needs your help again. Got himself in a terrible jam way down yonder in Vietnam. Put down your books and pick up a gun. We're gonna have a whole lot of fun. And it's 1, 2, 3. What are we fighting for? Don't ask me, I don't give a damn. The next stop is Vietnam. And it's 5, 6, 7. Open up the pearly gates. Well, there ain't no time to wonder why. We all gonna die.
See, now hold on. It's right here. I just want to point out he's got the little rope around his neck for his guitar strap, his impromptu guitar strap, and he's got the cheap guitar they loaned to him to do this, and he's doing it all by himself. I don't know that I ever really noticed before that he's playing this song all by himself without the band. I don't know why. It just didn't register.
Yeah, it sounds like more than one person with the audience, and as well as, you know, Country Joe and the guitars.
Yeah, like you said, he was amazed that they knew the words. It's pretty amazing.
Now come on, Wall Street, don't be slow. I'm man, this is war, a go-go. There's plenty good money to be made, supplying the army with the tools of the trade. Just hope and pray that if they drop the bomb, they drop it on the Viet Cong. And it's 1, 2, 3. What are we fighting for? Don't ask me, I don't give a damn. The next stop is Vietnam. And it's 5, 6, 7. Open up the pearly gates. Well, ain't no time to wonder why. We all gonna die. Now come on, generals, let's move fast. Your big chance is here at last. Now you can go out and get those reds, cause the only good commie is one that's dead. You know that peace can only be one when we're blowing all the kingdom come. Sing it! 1, 2, 3. What are we fighting for? Don't ask me, I don't give a damn. Louder! Vietnam. And it's 5, 6, 7. Open up the early gates. Well, ain't no time to wonder why. We all wanna die. Listen, people, I don't know how you expect to ever stop the war if you can't sing any better than that. There's about 300,000 of you fuckers out there. I want you to start singing. Come on. And it's 1, 2, 3. What are we fighting for? Don't ask me, I don't give a damn. The next stop is Vietnam. And it's 5, 6, 7. Open up the pearly gates. Well, ain't no time to wonder why. We all gonna die. Come on, mothers throughout the land, pack your boys off to Vietnam. Come on, fathers, don't hesitate, and send your sons off before it's too late. Be the first one on your block, have your boy come home in a box. All right, 1, 2, 3, what are we fighting for? Don't ask me, I don't give a damn. The next stop is Vietnam. And it's 5, 6, 7, open up the pearly gates. Well, ain't no time to wonder why we all gonna die. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, Country Joe McDonald.
But, note they said at the end, too, Country Joe McDonald. So I guess it was the first time he was really referred to as Country Joe McDonald. Hey, just for an interesting thing, why don't we listen to a little snippet of him playing it 50 years later in his living room?
Oh, okay.
Just a little bit here. So he's changing the key on it.
Yeah.
Come on, none of you big strong men. Uncle Sam needs your help again. Got himself in a terrible jam. Read on yonder Vietnam. Put down your books, pick up a gun. Gonna have a whole lot of fun. And it's 1, 2, 3. What are we fighting for? Don't ask me, I don't give a damn. Next stop is Vietnam. And it's 5, 6, 7. Open up the pearly gates. Yeah, there ain't no time to wonder why we're all gonna die.
For now, I think we're gonna give our appreciation to Country Joe, who's still chugging along. He doesn't play gigs anymore, but he's still around. Power to him. So if you like this video, please subscribe and give us a like, and maybe leave us a comment on what you thought about this, what you thought about the song, other songs you might like us to check out by Country Joe. Okay, so with that, we'll catch you all in the next video. All right, take care, folks.
Yeah.